Yo, still Mills, what's the deal, man? I just got off the clock, bro. Day was lit, nigga. Like, for real, for real. Man, what a motherfucking day. Peep game, man. We gotta get into this shit, man. Oh, why didn't I turn left? Man, that shit is, I just saw, Punch Drunk just went live. Literally just went live, but before he went live, he made a post, or I don't know what it was. I don't think it was a post, but I was able to comment on it. And he did before he went live. I don't know if it was this, him setting up I'm gonna be premiering at this time or what, but I just saw it was just a caption, and on the caption it said, "If Plant beats Benavidez, that's it for Canelo Alvarez. That's it for a Canelo Alvarez mega fight." And I'm just like, y'all gotta stop. Y'all got. Look, man. Y'all are putting entirely too much stock into David Benavidez. Way too much stock, and the majority of his stock is coming from people wanting to see him fight Canelo Alvarez because he seems to be the only one who they feel has a chance at beating him and dethroning him. It's not for what he did, because he hasn't done anything major, but it's just, oh, well, I think he could beat Canelo, so I want to see him in there with Canelo just for the sake of seeing him in there, so he can, because they just feel that they're just so invested in this dude beating Canelo, so they could say Canelo lost again for whatever reason. And maybe that's not so much of a bad thing. I mean, but it just gets bothersome when people, it's like, yo, y'all are putting entirely too much stock into this dude. Firstly, if David Benavidez, and no, but the thing was how he was making it seem as if it was, this is more of a reflection on Canelo if Caleb Plant beats David Benavidez, and it's like, no, that's more of a reflection on him. That's more of a reflection on him. Why would it be? Because Caleb Plant was called a cherry pick when Canelo went and fought him as he was chasing the undisputed. He stopped Caleb Plant. If David Benavidez just lose to somebody that Canelo Alvarez, smacked around, and they said it was a cherry pick when he did, bro, that is a reflection of David Benavidez, not Canelo. And what people are failing to realize is this: if Canelo fights Bivol again, Canelo's detractors are so invested in seeing him lose. It's the Mayweather effect. I don't think it's to the degree of Floyd Mayweather, but they'll definitely pay to see him lose. I don't think they do it consistently. Like, I don't think anybody is about to pay, a lot of people ain't about to pay for him and John Ryder with the hopes that he's going to lose. But if he fights Bivol again, oh yeah, that I can see that pay-per-view doing $800K, because people are going to be that much invested in seeing him lose. That's a mega fight right there in itself. Whatever fight this dude fights in is box office. And in the case Benavidez isn't the fight, who's to say Charlo isn't going to be that fight? Or even a David Morrell. Or he goes overseas and fights somebody like Carlos Gongora, or a Christian Mobili, somebody of that ilk, or even an Andre. I don't think Andre would be in any fight that Canelo was in is going to be box office, because it's Canelo's name attached to. These dudes are not high profile enough to the point where it's like, yo, man, well, if Plant beats Benavidez, it's like that's a shaming tactic. You better hope Benavidez don't lose to Caleb Plant, otherwise you lose, your last mega fight. And it's like, well, how do you figure that? Because you're inadvertently saying that Benavidez is bigger than what he is, and he's not. He's not, bro. Like, he's just not. He's not selling a pay-per-view on his own. This is his first time headlining a pay-per-view. And he still has to go out and win, and not just win, but win in dominant fashion. I personally wouldn't be mad if Plant beat him. I wouldn't be mad, and I wouldn't be mad if he beat Plant, but he wasn't able to stop him. I wouldn't be mad at that at all, because I understand Plant is a good fighter. But that's once again a reflection of Canelo's greatness and how y'all are completely putting too much stock into David Benavidez. It just is what it is, man. It is what it is. So this notion that he's all the, like, if Caleb, like, it's a shame, like the shaming tactics, like niggas is getting real, just nauseating with the shaming tactics. I'm like, it's laughable, bro. It's you gotta laugh, otherwise you'll drive yourself through the wall. This dude is coming off an injury and is fighting the top 5 opponent in his division. Same thing with Bud. When Bud was out for a year, give me the top. I'll take top 10. Give me a top 10 fighter in my division. And they're so great at what it is that they do that somebody within that division that's ranked that high in that division is deemed a cherry pick, and they're proven to they're just proven to be that much lesser than who the head honcho is. You dig? So y'all will want, instead of y'all actually seeing these cats get in there and go to work, y'all would rather shame somebody into a fight. How you shame somebody in this? How you shame a chick into some play, some sympathy play? That's out, my nigga. Don't you not have integrity? Do you not have no backbone, man? So you ain't gonna let me hit, bitch ass nigga? All right, cool. Shorty don't want to go find something. Go find something to do. All this, if Caleb Plant beats David Benavidez, and that's bad luck for Canelo. No, it's not. Because David Benavidez, Canelo is more than likely going to put 60,000 motherfuckers in a arena in Mexico. He sold 70K. He put 70K in Texas, bro. Fighting Billy Joe Saunders, who is relatively unknown up here in America. You really about to sit here and try to convince me that David Benavidez is his last hope at a mega fight? That's asinine, man. That's asinine. This is what happens when you push propaganda shit, bro. You end up looking foolish. Whoever Canelo steps in there with, it's going to be box office. It's going to be box office. It just is. It is. It is. If he fights Munguia, it's box office. If he fights Pacheco, it's box office. If he fights Carlos Gongora, it's going to be box office. If he fights Charlo or Andre, it's going to be box office. If he fights Ronald Ellis, it's box office. Let's stop playing games, man. Stop putting all this stock into David Benavidez. He's a good fighter, man, but he is unproven. He's a 2-time champion, and he's still unproven. And I don't want to say unproven because he's a 2-time champion. I don't want to take that from him, man. But for him to be a champion, there's no reason why he should be, his resume should be this paper thin. There's no reason for that. And y'all just continue to put stock into this motherfucker. This whole Mexican monster. All right, cool. You got that monologue off of Canelo. Didn't want nothing to do with you for whatever reason. He's like, yo, I don't know. All right, cool. Canelo, you can't get in the ring with Canelo. You're going to clap at Charlo. All right, cool. Charlo ain't even at 168 pounds yet. All right, whatever. Now you got Andre. Andre allegedly didn't want it. All right, cool. Can't get Andre. All right, well, David Morrell, what you trying to do? David Morrell and his team said, nah, we don't want to go in that direction just yet. All right, bet that. What's the next best option if you can't get any of them? Don't just sit here and create these false accusations of you being ducked because Carlos Gongora allegedly sent you an offer. Like, let's get into that. Like, come on, man. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it, man. Just stop the bullshit already. I just really want people to just pump their brakes when it comes to David Benavidez because he's being vastly, I don't want to say overrated, but it's just too much stock being put into him without him having to prove anything as of yet. That shit is nasty. Y'all ain't learned from Boots? Y'all haven't learned from him yet? All that stock y'all put into him, and he couldn't even drop goddamn Karen. He couldn't do nothing with Karen. He got booed out the arena. But y'all want to put all this stock into David, who's done nothing, bro. He's done nothing. He's done nothing. Has he been ducked? Yeah. But has he been sent offers from good fighters? Yeah. Carlos Gongora being one of them. So I'm just saying, man, just pump the brakes, man. Him and Caleb Plant is a good fight. And if Caleb Plant beats him, that's more of a reflection on David Benavidez than it is Canelo Alvarez. Because it will prove everybody's point. Not everybody, but a lot of people who ain't falling for the hype just yet. He may go out here and outline Caleb Plant and chalk what a lot of people was thinking he will, but he might not. And I won't be mad at him if he loses because I think Caleb Plant is a good boxer. But I will be happy so it can shut you niggas the fuck up. Facts. If Canelo loses, if Caleb Plant beats David Benavidez, that's a reflection of David Benavidez, not Canelo, because Canelo's he's gonna outsell anybody anyways. Facts. Deuces.